Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed, kindly consider subscribing and turn on the bell notification so that you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. Today I'm going to show you how to send a simple text-based email using Python and Google SMTP server. Now, the first thing you need to do is you need to enable all your secure apps in your Google email account, and you must have Python installed. Now, let's get started. So the very first thing I said is we need to turn on Let's secure apps. So can come to your Google account settings. Sorry, I have some very slow internet connection. It's security, and then let's secure apps. Here they are. Click on that, and as you can see, it's off. So you need to turn this on so that you will be able to send emails using Google SMTP server. Now, without much ado, let's get started. So we're going to use Python. Let me minimize that. We're going to use Python. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a file first. Let me create a directory for this project. So let me call it Python learning. Python learning. So as you can see the directory center, so I need to create some files, the main file itself. So Python, let's call it email.py. So, and then let's get started. So I'm using VS Code for Linux. So the shortcut is code and then the name of a file, that is email.py. Now, the first thing we need to have is we need to have Python modules installed. So the very first module is SMTP-lib, and the other one is email. How do you install this? Come back to your terminal. Just going to do pip install email. Sorry, pip install email. So as you can see, the requirement is already satisfied. If you don't have email installed, that's going to install email for you. The thing is, we're going to install SMTP-lib. I've already installed this. Okay, but when it comes to Python, pretty install. So I'm using Python. I'm using Python 3.9, and I guess it has most of the modules installed. Now, this much ado, let's get started. So we're going to send email with less than 15 lines of code. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is import SMTP-lib, then import email.message, not to get that from email.message, import email message. So the first thing I'm going to do is create an instance of email message class, this one here. So we're going to say our message equals to email message. Then when we send the email, we need the sender email, the receiver, we need subject, and then we need the message itself. Let us call it the content. Now, how do we set sender? Now, Scratch has simplified everything for us, so we're going to use that. So we're going to say message from who? You have your sender email here. So let us use .com. From that person, the message to send the email to the same person. Say bound to hack001@gmail.com. I set the subject, message subject, subject equals to this is a better subject. Password reset notification. I guess that's spelling. Subject notification, and now then sorry for that. The message content itself, message dot, let's set the content itself here. Say hello, hope this email finds you safe. Someone has requested a password reset for the account registered under this email. Say if this is not you, kindly ignore the email. Then having that on, now get into the funny part, sending the email. So we're going to say with smtp with.smtp SSL. So we're going to send email with FAQ emails with SSL. So the first thing we need is SMTP server. Since we said we're going to use Gmail SMTP server, and that's the reason we enabled the SSQ apps, is to make our simple program here send an email as the acting as the owner of the email account. So we're going to use this text parameter. So I've said the first one is the SMTP server. So SMTP server, and then the other one is the port. So let's do that very fast. So the server is smtp gmail.com, and since we are using SSL, so the port will be 465. So with SMTP that as that is called server, then we need to log in. So in server dot login. So the login takes two parameters, just the way you log into a Google account. So we need the username, that is the email as the first parameter, then the second is password. Now what I'm going to do here is, I do encourage you to have a separate configuration file for this. So we're going to create that here. So let us call it config.py, because for that. So we're going to do touch config.py. So what we're going to do is config.py. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the email address here. So put your email address here, your email address, and then the password set this to your password. So these are basically your Google login credentials. So make sure you use your correct password here and use your correct email password. Yeah, can't do that. I'm going to do that in a separate screen for security purposes. So then the password. Now after doing that, you come back here and say import config. Now this config is the file we just created. This one, let me show you. This file, it's not necessary to include the file extension, so that's the reason we've done config. And then we're going to use the email and the password variables we created. So let's continue. Now we said this one, the first parameter here is the send, not the sender. I mean your Google account username. So we're going to import it from the config file. So you're going to do config dot. We did set the email, so make sure you use your correct email. And then the second one was the password, which is config dot password. So this is your login your Google account. Now after logging, what next? Just send the message, as simple as that. So I'm going to say server.send message. And which message are we going to send? This one. Come here, copy and then paste. Well, with exactly 15 lines of code as the comments, so that should be less. So can we go through this coding and let's assume that message is coming from a different person. Let's use this. Let us set this as you. That is the owner of the Google account that we logged in. So come here, take that, copy. Instead of copying, let us use config.email and very point copy. Yeah. So sending the email from this person. So you have the sender. So you have the receiver, this person, subject, password reset, and then the content. Here it is. Will you be able to send that email? Let's run the file and confirm if the email will be sent. So Python, we call the name email, email.py, and run the file. No response. Has the email been sent? Let's confirm. Back to Google, your account, then Gmail. Here it is. And boom, there you have one. So password reset notification. No content. We'll go back to the code and confirm what's wrong with our content. Yeah, sorry, this is the reason. So cut that and create a variable here. Content equals to paste that there. Come back here. We're not supposed to use an equal sign. We're supposed to use set content as a function that accepts the string itself. So content. Let's send that again. Let's confirm. Yeah. As you can see, the content is there. Hello, hope this is you, and so on. In less than 10 lines of code, I've been able to send an email using Python. So guys, if you like the video, give it a like, thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and kindly consider subscribing. Thank you for your time.